Welcome to Pasadena City College's Pathway Program. This registration guide will help you begin the process of selecting your classes. To get started, type in www.pasadena.edu, then click on the Lancerpoint icon at the top of the page. This will lead you to the Lancerpoint login page. If this is your first time logging in, click on Student First Time Login. In order to activate your Lancerpoint account, click on the button labeled Activate Your Account. This will take you to the Lancerpoint Account Manager page, which provides you with a few different options. Your Lancerpoint username, which you will need in order to log on to Lancerpoint, is typically a variation of your last name and first name. If you are unsure of what your Lancerpoint username is, click on Look Up My Lancerpoint Username. Type in your Lancerpoint ID number as well as your last name and click on the button labeled Continue, and your username will be displayed on the screen. Once you have your Lancerpoint username, you can activate your Lancerpoint account. Click on Activate My Lancerpoint Account. Provide the requested information including your Lancerpoint username, ID number, first name, last name, and date of birth. You will need to answer additional questions on the next 2 pages. In case you've forgotten your password, you can always reset it by clicking on the link to reset your password. Now that you've activated your account, you can officially log on to Lancerpoint by clicking on the link labeled Log into Lancerpoint. If you happen to see this screen in error, please exit this tab and try again. Once you click on Log into Lancerpoint, this screen should pop up instead. Type in your username and your password and click on the button labeled Login. This should take you to the Lancerpoint homepage where you can check on your classes and receive information on your tuition fees and financial aid. As you prepare to register for classes on July 20th or 21st, you will need to create your schedule. In order to learn about which classes are offered each semester, visit the Pasadena City College homepage at pasadena.edu, scroll down, and under the section labeled Useful Links, click on the Schedule of Classes. This will take you to the Class Schedule search page. Notice that the term or semester indicated at the top of the page, for example, Summer 2015, may not be the term you're looking for. In this case, you can change the term simply by selecting your desired term on the drop-down menu at the top left-hand corner and clicking on Select Term. Once you have selected your desired term, it should be reflected on the Class Schedule search page. Make sure you are viewing the correct semester by looking at the term listed on the top of the page. Now that you're viewing your desired term, you can search for available courses. For example, as a first-year Pathway student, you will be taking College 1. In order to search for open College 1 courses, you can scroll through the box labeled Subject. This section lists all your classes in alphabetical order. Select College and scroll to the bottom of the page and click on Search. A list of all available college courses will appear. This list is organized by course numbers. Under the course title, there is a brief description which usually indicates the total number of lecture or lab hours and whether the class is transferable. Below the course description, notice there are 13 different columns. The first column, labeled Status, lets you know whether the class is available. The word Open in green means there is space in the class and you can enroll in it. Closed in red means that the class is full and you should look at other options. Restricted means that the class is only open to certain students who belong to that particular group or meet specific criteria. The column labeled Type indicates the type of class that it is. An L refers to lecture, while an LL refers to lecture and lab. Pay close attention to the column labeled CRN. This is a unique 5-digit course code number assigned to a particular class, and you will need this number to register in a class. Each class has its own CRN. The column labeled Meeting Time refers to the times and days that the class will take place. M is for Monday, T is for Tuesday, W is for Wednesday, R is for Thursday, F is for Friday, S is for Saturday, and U is for Sunday. The column labeled Location tells you where the class will be meeting. In other words, it provides you with a classroom location. The column labeled Cap informs you of the maximum capacity of students who can enroll in a class. ACT refers to the students who have successfully enrolled, and REM refers to the number of remaining spaces available. The instructor column informs you about who will be teaching the course. The date and weeks columns refer to the start and end dates, as well as the length or duration of the class. In this case, College 1 begins August 31 and ends December 20. Additionally, the class takes place over the course of 16 weeks. If you click on the CRN or course number of a class, you'll receive further details about the class, including critical dates for the course, which provide you with the last day to add the class, last day to drop with a refund, last day to declare grade mode, and last day to drop with and without a W. This is an example of what a first-year schedule might look like. Spend some time researching the schedule of classes and creating your tentative class schedule before your registration date. Now that you've planned out your schedule, we will show you how to check on your registration date for the upcoming semester. Log on to Lancerpoint. The button is located at the top of the Pasadena City College homepage. Type in your username and your password and click on the button labeled Login. Click on the Classes and Academics tab at the top of the page. Once you click on the tab, this page should pop up. Within the section labeled Register under Registration Tools, click on Check Registration Status. This will take you to the registration term page. Select the appropriate term, Fall 2015, and hit Submit. The registration status page will appear. Scroll down to check on your registration status. It will provide you with a start date and end date for registration. You cannot register for classes until your assigned registration date. In addition to knowing when you'll register for classes, it's also important for you to check if there are any holds on your record which may prevent you from registering for classes. In the Classes and Academics tab, you can click on View Holds under the section labeled Registration Tools. This will take you to the View Holds page, which will indicate your holds for the semester. You need to resolve these holds before you can successfully register for classes. We strongly encourage you to do so before your registration date begins. For example, this student needs to complete a health waiver and provide proof of GED completion to the admissions office in our L building. Once you have taken care of your holds, you can register for classes on your assigned registration date. Within the Classes and Academics tab on Lancerpoint, you can register for classes by clicking on the Add Drop Classes button. The Add or Drop Classes page will appear and provide you with important information on fee payments and wait lists. Scroll down to the bottom of the page and you will be able to see your current schedule and an Add Classes worksheet with a row of boxes for CRN numbers. Refer back to the class schedule that you made for yourself and make note of the CRN numbers that you included. Use the CRN numbers and plug them into the boxes under Add Classes worksheet and hit Submit Changes. Once you hit Submit, your enrolled classes will appear under Current Schedule. Make sure your classes are accurate. If they are not, you can make appropriate changes by using the drop-down box under the column labeled Action and submitting your changes. Once you are satisfied with your classes, you can view your class schedule by clicking on the Classes and Academics tab at the top of the page. Under the section labeled My Classes, select View, Print My Class Schedule. On the registration term page, select the correct term and click on Submit. Your concise student schedule will appear on the page. You can print a copy of your schedule for your personal reference. To view your tuition fees and financial aid, you can click on the tab at the top of the page labeled Tuition and Aid. Under My Account, you can view details on your tuition fees by clicking on the corresponding semester, i.e. Fall 2015. This will take you to a page with a description of the fees you were charged, as well as the aid you received through the Board of Governors fee waivers and grants. It provides you with your remaining balance as well. Before you can receive your financial aid, you must accept your terms and conditions. Under My Financial Aid Requirements, you want to make sure you are viewing the most recent academic year that corresponds with the year that you'll be receiving financial aid. In this case, you'll need to change the aid year to Fall 2015 through Summer 2016. In order to change the aid year, use the Choose Another Aid Year drop-down menu and select the appropriate aid year, Fall 2015 through Summer 2016. Make sure the page is now reflective of the most recent aid year. Then at the top of the page, under My Financial Aid, click on Accept Terms and Conditions. This will take you to the Terms and Conditions tab. If you still see award package for Fall 2014 through Summer 2015 at the top of the page, follow these steps to change the aid year. Step 1, click on the tab labeled General Information. If the award package is still incorrect and reflects the previous aid year, once you're on the General Information tab, click on the link that is labeled Select Another Aid Year. Under Aid Year, select the most recent aid year, Fall 2015 through Summer 2016 and hit the Submit button. The award package should now reflect the current aid year, Fall 2015 through Summer 2016. Then click on the Terms and Conditions tab once again. After reading the information, scroll to the bottom of the page and click on Accept. Once you click Accept, the bottom of the page should contain a statement confirming that you have accepted the terms and conditions. To ensure that you have completed all the necessary steps, click on the Tuition and Aid tab, then under the My Financial Aid Requirements, select the most recent aid year and refresh the page. Green check marks should appear next to each of the listed requirements, which indicate that you have successfully completed the financial aid requirements. If you have any additional gray check marks, please complete these items before August 31st. Once you've completed all these steps, you are ready to register for your classes. Thank you for following along with our registration guide. We hope you found it helpful as you prepare for your first year at PCC. If you have any questions regarding registration or your participation in the Pathways program, please contact Pathways at pathways@pasadena.edu or Javier Carbajal Ramos at jxcarbajalramos@pasadena.edu. Please do not make any drastic changes to your schedule without consulting us. If you do, you might run the risk of not having the classes that you need. We look forward to seeing you all at Math Jam.